Hey students, it's Miss Shofity. I wanted to take a few minutes to, talk about and read something to you about what were the consequences of the Revolutionary War. So obviously, the biggest difference to come from the Revolutionary War is the 13 colonies got their independence from Great Britain. So that's, major. But there were some other things that were consequences of the war. So I just wanted to read this to you. You can follow along as well. This is from the National Park Service. So no, they don't just manage parks, but they also do a lot of, history and spreading historical knowledge. So let me go ahead and read this to you, and then we can, discuss it further. Stories from the Revolution, consequences of the war. The end of the Revolutionary War brought independence for the 13 American states. How Americans would use their newfound freedom was not immediately certain. Between 1776 and 1780, the states wrote new constitutions or changed their old charters to become republics. So remember, the dates of the actual war were 1775 to 1781 when the war actually ended. So this was actually during the war that a lot of states wrote their new constitutions. Second paragraph. When the alliance of the states under the Articles of Confederation proved inadequate, a convention in 1787 produced the Constitution, which remains our governmental framework. The Constitution settled many issues and formed a stronger union of the states, but it also contained contradictions that would echo through our history. Flying in the face of the Declaration of Independence, statement of human equality, the Constitution protected African American slavery. So this actually will bring us to the point of starting chapter 4, in which we will discuss the Articles of Confederation and we will discuss the Constitution. So this is actually a very good segue. In the English-speaking world of 1787, few even entertained the possibility that women possessed equal political or economic rights. Much of American history after 1776 represents a struggle to extend full citizenship to white males without property, to people of color, and to women. For Indians, Native Americans, the formation of the United States only increased the flow of white settlers onto their lands and led to more clashes. An acknowledgement of the Revolution's deferred promises, however, should not blind us to its far-reaching effects. The Republican form of government, with all its powers grounded in the consent of the people, was practiced nowhere else in 1776, and that meant worldwide. This was actually a pretty revolutionary form of government. You had to go back centuries, all the way back to like the Romans to actually see the same form of government. But, it did have its limitations. And, when they say that white settlers moved, into Native American land, we will talk way more about this when we talk about Western expansion, manifest destiny, and Western settlements. Last paragraph. Later revolutions in France, Hispaniola, which is present-day Haiti, and throughout Latin America drew inspiration from the American Revolution. Once adopted by the United States, the ideas of liberty and self-government would have future effects never imagined by the original revolutionaries. Our successful revolution in this country actually inspired other people in other countries to have revolutions of their own. So revolution is not just a thing that happened in the United States or, the 13 colonies, but it's something that happens in a lot of countries, even currently. A lot of people, are unsatisfied with their governments and, want change. And so, they look back to what has happened in history and they get inspiration and then they move forward with their own progress. So I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk about that. And obviously, you'll hear more about this as we go. Have a good day.